it seemed like he focused on me, and Lamont Roach is focused on him. I think I'm gonna go put my bet in on Lamont Roach.
Why you keep bringing up Shakur? Stevenson? Mad fighters out here. I'm fighting Shakur. I'm fighting Lamont. You keep bringing up Shakur, bro.
Yeah. And if you look at Lamont Roach, though, I mean, if you look at his skills, he's not really a pushover. He's a really good fighter. You know, he's a fighter that you.
Shakur Stevenson has issued a warning to Gervonta "Tank" Davis ahead of his fight with Lamont Roach. Stevenson tweeted, "Stay focused, Lamont, ready to tap that chin," suggesting Roach could be a serious threat. This adds fuel to the growing rivalry between Stevenson and Davis in the boxing world. During a press conference promoting the fight between Davis and Roach, tensions escalated when a reporter mentioned Shakur. Davis, visibly irritated, responded sharply, emphasizing his sole focus on Roach and asserting that questions about Stevenson were inappropriate in this context.
Say is more accomplished in the sport, Lamont Roach or Shakur Stevenson?
Accomplished in the sport. What you a Shakur fan or some shit?
No, I said Lamont Roach or Shakur Stevenson.
Why you keep bringing up Shakur? He's fighting mad fighters out here. I'm fighting Shakur. I'm fighting Lamont. You keep bringing up Shakur, bro. Get out of here. You from New Jersey or something?
No, I'm from here, from DC.
Yeah, what's the problem? That's probably why. I will fuck Shakur up and that nigga.
Shakur Stevenson addressed the frequent comparisons between himself and Gervonta Davis by highlighting the differences in their fighting styles. He acknowledged that while both are exceptional athletes, their abilities differ, making each fighter unique in the boxing world.
Tank is the face of boxing, and he get a lot of knockouts that people kind of making it like, if you ain't doing what Tank doing, then they gonna say it's boring. Do you feel like it's because of how his style is that they kind of putting that on you, like wanting you to do that?
People is blessed with different ability. He's blessed with a God-given ability that he crack you 9 times out of 10, you gonna go down. That's his ability.
Yeah.
I'm blessed with God-given eyes. A lot of people don't understand how good my eyes is. I can see really good. Like punches come my way, I know how to get away from them.
Right.
At any given time. Our abilities are just different, so they probably are judging me from a scale of him, but at the end of the day, he's a great fighter, he's a special fighter, but I'm special in my own right too.
In a candid interview, Shakur Stevenson shared a nuanced view of Gervonta Davis, stating, "I got respect for his game, not for his personality. He's a clown." This comment separates Stevenson's respect for Davis's boxing skills from his criticism of Davis's behavior outside the ring, further intensifying the personal rivalry between the two fighters. It suggests that any future encounter would not only be competitive, but also filled with personal animosity.
You said that you're putting your money on Lamont Roach, but if Tank gets the victory, is that the obvious fight that's going to be next?
Yeah, it's the two best fighters in boxing. Gervonta "Tank" Davis is a hell of a fighter. I keep telling y'all he got great skills, but I'm better than him. I'm better than him at hit and don't be hit, and he can't beat me.
Was it a bit frustrating tonight with Padley just not being willing to play ball?
Nah, it ain't frustrating. I mean, that's what he's supposed to do. He was supposed to come in here, give it his all, make sure that he make it to the 12th round. That's what he was trying to do. So I succeeded at my job, and he tried to do his job.
I imagine that Tank was tweeting LOL because it took you so long to get rid of him, but you didn't prepare for him. Did you have any idea how he was going to fight or what his style would be before the first bell rang?
Nah, I actually really ain't watch him that much, but once again, Tank's style, he's a power puncher. He's a guy that's trying to knock you out. I'm a guy that's trying to break you down, pick you apart, win. If the knockout comes, it comes. So two different styles, but I'm better than him at the art of boxing.
And obviously, you and Tank have your disses here and there, but you kind of alluded to it a couple of seconds ago. Is there deep down respect for each other?
I got respect for his game. I don't got respect for the person. I think he's a clown.
Okay, last one.
Turkey got all the money, so put the biggest fight on. I mean, let's negotiate. I think both of us can make a lot of money, and I'm ready to make it happen.
All right, thanks, guys.
Lamont Roach has made a bold challenge to all top contenders in the 135-pound division, specifically calling out Shakur Stevenson. Roach's challenge shows his ambition to establish himself among the elite in the lightweight category. By directly addressing Stevenson, Roach aims to position himself for high-profit fights that could elevate his status and give him the chance to showcase his skills against the best in the division.
Who you looking to fight next after this fight? Like, Tank over, win, lose, draw, whatever. Who you want next? Look, if y'all don't know, even after I beat Tank, I'm gonna go back down to 130 and handle some smoke that I got down there at 130. All the champions, I got smoke with all the champions. I wanted to unify at least one belt at 130. So whoever the champion is, whoever the champions are, hopefully I can just line them up and then take them out. It's good fights. The champions are Lomachenko, Shakur, and another guy from Ukraine, Denis Baranchik or something like that. Okay. I feel like you and Shakur are really. I think people in the comments are actually wanting that fight, aren't they?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, that'd be a good fight.
Yeah, it'd be a great fight.
Yeah, they could fight. Shakur can boogie for sure.
Lamont Roach confidently described himself as the complete package, asserting that he possesses a well-rounded skill set crucial for success in the ring. Roach also speculated that Gervonta Davis may sometimes experience self-doubt, believing this psychological edge could prove advantageous in their upcoming fight.
Being something that he's not been in the ring with. I'm the total package, and honestly, sometimes I think he doubts himself. But I'm a competitor, and I feel like I'm the best. So I'm assured.
When he talks about you not bringing your family, what goes through your mind when you hear him say that?
I ain't worried about that.
Jordan Roach, the brother of Lamont Roach, expressed unwavering confidence in Lamont's ability to defeat Gervonta Davis. Drawing from his first-hand experience watching his brother's dedication and performance in training, Jordan believes Lamont has the necessary qualities to overcome Davis.
So, speaking of Big Bro, man, he's got a big fight coming up March 1st, man. Barclays Center, Brooklyn. I will be in the house against Tank Davis, man. How excited are you for that fight?
I'm excited to, be brothers with the new face of boxing. So I'm very excited.
So obviously you see little Big Bro coming out with the upset. A lot of people are going to pick Tank going into that fight, but how do you see that playing out?
I see my brother walking out victorious. There's no doubt. Not because that's my brother, but because I've seen him in the...
Predicting the outcome of the Davis-Roach fight, some analysts suggest that Gervonta Tank Davis will score a knockout victory in the 7th round, followed by his signature backflip celebration. This projection aligns with Davis's established pattern of mid-fight stoppages and flamboyant post-fight displays, reinforcing his reputation for combining athletic excellence with showmanship.
And I mean, it's going to go, Tank going to be losing the first 3 rounds, then he's going to download the data, then he going to knock this dude out in round 7 or 8, then he going to do the backflip, then Jim Gray's going to get in the ring, or Caleb Plant's wife, and say, who do you want next? And Tank's going to say, I want all those guys, and they're going to go to the press conference, and Elliot Setback's going to say, who do you want next? He say, I want all the guys. This is a pretty much
Teofimo Lopez has weighed in on the discussion, stating that Gervonta Tank Davis will defeat Lamont Roach. Lopez believes Tank's power and skill set will be too much for Roach to handle.
So you think you dominate Tank?
I think I dominate any of them. If you really look at it, if you gotta really tap in on this, look at the resume, all that extra, whatever. There's a certain limit that you hit, right? But then there's that next criteria or that next top tier. And if you don't match that, you never gonna know how great you really are. And I've done that a few amount of times already. I jumped out that box and done that. So I have yet to see Gervonta come out of that box yet. You know what I'm saying? They're about to put him with a guy at 130 pounds. Whether he's a champion or not, you're getting a guy lighter than you to come up and weight to make you look good again.
Despite Lamont Roach's impressive skills and accomplishments, his lack of widespread public recognition has led some to underestimate his potential against high-profile opponents like Gervonta Davis. This underestimation may stem from limited media exposure or fewer marquee fights, leading to a perception that doesn't fully recognize Roach's abilities.
To be in that position as the 1-2 in boxing, number 1, number 2, I should say, he's in the position where as though he can call the shots. Yeah. And if you look at Lamont Roach, though, I mean, if you look at his skills, he's not really a pushover. He's a really good fighter. He's a fighter that you can't overlook. He has great skills.
Shakur Stevenson has expressed a strong desire to face Gervonta Davis, citing respect for Davis's skills and suggesting that their matchup could be historic. Stevenson's ambition reflects his confidence in his own abilities and his belief that a fight with Davis would not only test his prowess, but also captivate the boxing world, potentially becoming one of the most significant bouts in recent history.
There's a gun in your head. When are we gonna see the Shakur Tanks, the Shakur Devin, the Devin Tanks?
There's only one fight that is really
the one.
That, like, if we were like gonna be for real about it, like,
keep it on. What's
like,
the fight?
My opinion, because we talking about like skill and like boxing, like all around boxing, right?
Yeah.
Because we ain't talking about somebody that just got a good jab or what.
Yeah.
We talking about like all around.
Can do everything.
Yeah, boxing.
Yeah.
Me and Tank the biggest fight.
That's the one.
It's the biggest fight in the world.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be the biggest boxing fight in the world when it happens.
Y'all, what you think? Like 147, 140?
Nah, hell no.
135?
35, 40, I don't know. I could see it happening not too far in the future.
Really?
Yeah. I think Tank will sign that contract.
Dang.
And I'm going to sign a contract too, so it's
like
you
gonna get it on.
The potential clash between Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis is being hailed as a monumental event in the lightweight division. Both fighters possess undefeated records and distinctive styles combining technical skill and knockout power, which promises an electrifying contest. Such a bout would unify titles and solidify the winner's legacy in boxing history.
No, fuck no. I ain't never been knocked down a day in my life. I ain't never really been like hurt in no fight. Like far as, cause people took when I said this wrong. Like I got hit with a body shot before that I felt. They could like if you want to call that hurt. But I'm talking about like somebody hit you in the chin where like people say you chinny and all that kind of stuff. You ain't got no chin. I never like felt nothing, no chin shot where I was buzzed or hurt or nothing like that in no fight that I had. So, in sparring, fight, anything. So nah.
Boxing analyst Showbiz the Adult shared his thoughts on the upcoming fights, stating that Tank Davis should have no problem defeating Lamont Roach. However, he acknowledged that if Tank were to face Shakur Stevenson, it would be a much tougher challenge. He emphasized that Stevenson's technical skills could give Tank serious problems in the ring.
I think it's unfortunate that we rush to judgment. Case in point, Ortiz Madrimov. There's people who think Madrimov is going to destroy Ortiz. Nobody can name any of his other fights. It's only because he put on a good performance against Terrence Crawford. We'll name his best one. We rush to judgment, throw away everything Ortiz did, his tooth and nail fight with Boachuk, and we rush to Madrimov being this Gene Tunney. Wait a minute. Let's see. The jury is still out. Let's see him against Ortiz. Let's see. So Shakur has the worst performance ever from a high-level fighter against De Los Santos. All of a sudden, he's a boring fighter. Him against Artem, he didn't knock him out, but it was a good performance. It's just that they're rushed to judgment. He's already tagged as a boring fighter. And I'm going to make the case that he was hurt. He was fighting with one hand. And it's not an excuse, it's a reason.
Many analysts and fans recognize that Shakur Stevenson is one of the most skilled technical fighters in the lightweight division.
Facts are cat. Shakur Stevenson can't beat Gervonta Davis.
Honestly, I think that's facts. We seen Tank last fight. We seen how much he got hit by Frank Martin. We also seen big struggle with Pitbull. So I think when you get a technical fighter like Shakur Stevenson, he gonna break him down, and I don't think he gonna wait for that knockout to come like all his other fights.
Man, that's cap. I should just sit here and be quiet. I probably still win. People try to say he's not a boxer's boxer, but Tank is a real technician, and we all know he's second to none when it comes to power. They always say people could take a punch, but it's a difference between a punch and a Tank punch. Shakur gonna have to just...
Many analysts and fans recognize Shakur Stevenson as one of the most skilled and technically proficient fighters in the lightweight division.
I can't imagine a way Shakur can beat Tank. I'm not saying that it's impossible. I'm saying with these eyes, I can't see it. Here's my thing. The one thing Shakur has, he's not. Shakur has slickness, but he's not slick. The best way to explain this is Devin Haney. Devin Haney isn't slick. He's athletic, but he's not slick. Who's slick is Tank. Tank was in there swimming without getting wet and countering. He's actually the slick fighter. Shakur is elusive, but not slick. And here's the thing. He also doesn't hit hard enough to hurt Tank. And he won't open up enough because he will be intimidated by Tank. Tank will knock him out. If that fight's made, I'll put 10,000 on Tank for the knockout.
While some believe Stevenson has the ability to outbox Tank Davis, others argue that he lacks the knockout power needed to hurt Tank. If the fight happens, it may come down to whether Stevenson's precision and ring IQ can overcome Tank's power and aggression.
Do you think Tank be ducking fights?
Nah, I don't think so.
Don't let him get you in, like.
Nah, like real shit. I
That's
just
the
don't
question.
think so.
I be hearing stuff like this.
It's
like,
a lot of like men in this sport that, you know what I'm saying, they get in there. So I wouldn't necessarily deem a lot of men scared of another man. But because there's a lot of shit come with it. It's like you gotta think the business. Sometimes the business don't line up. Sometimes people do price themselves out of fights, like ask for a crazy number. You know they're not gonna give it to you. And be like, oh well, we tried to make the fight, but they didn't give us.
They won't give us some money.
Come on, bro, you're not that. You're not gonna get that money. So you're not gonna get that money nowhere. So like you ask me and stuff like that. But I don't necessarily think he ducking. I think if the cards lined up right, I think that he'll be able to fight the people that he want to fight.
When you beat him, who would you want to fight next?
That's a good question. I want to be able to defend both titles because I'm the champion at 130. So I want to be able to defend at 35 and 30. So whatever is more appealing and what I want to be. So maybe I fight a champion at 35 if it's available. But I got smoked with somebody at 130 or a couple people at 130. I want to be undisputed at 130.
Okay.
So I want to win those belts. But I still want to fight at 35, and obviously the bigger names are at 35.
There's been growing speculation that Gervonta Davis avoids fights with high-level technical opponents like Shakur Stevenson. Critics argue that Tank prefers matchups where he can rely on his knockout power rather than facing fighters who could potentially outbox him. This has led to accusations that he is avoiding Stevenson and other top fighters in the division.
I make sure that I'm on top of my game because there's a lot of great fighters in the division. Even though I think the division was overrated because they wasn't fighting each other. But now that they fighting each other, there's a lot of great fighters and I gotta be on top of my game.
Shakur Stevenson has stated that Tank Davis should be on his top game if they ever fight, as he admires and acknowledges Tank's abilities in the ring.
Boxer that ducked Shakur at 135, if he can't get the Tank fight this year, he needs to just move to 140. It's pointless sitting at 135. So Pater's scared, Tank won't fight him, Loma won't fight him, he not gonna fight Keyshawn. There ain't nobody left. This shit is just nasty work, man. Did y'all see this shit when Floyd said his dad was lying about all that passport shit?
Yeah, I saw that.
Nah, I ain't see that. They lied?
Yeah, he said my dad was trolling. We was trolling.
Lord,
man, they won't never
mercy.
looking to take this fight, man. They won't never looking to fight Shakur. Shakur been saying it the whole time. I hope they show up to the fight. And they showed up in Saudi and still.
Not only is Tank accused of avoiding a fight with Stevenson, but Stevenson himself has faced difficulties securing big fights in his own career.
Who will win out of Shakur and Gervonta?
Gervonta Davis?
Yeah.
I like to go with Tank. You know, everyone's gonna go with Tank, you know. It would be a very interesting fight. Shakur takes a good shot, though. He's a specialist. That's why some fights that he doesn't look good in, because he's so superior. He is boring watching sometimes. But he's a specialist. He knows what he's doing. He's hard to beat. To bring out the best in Shakur, you gotta pressure him like Tank. Tank will bring out the best of him, and we'll see a great fight. Tank is just a monster right now.
Legendary heavyweight champion Mike Tyson has shared his thoughts on the potential matchup between Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis. Tyson expressed his excitement for the fight and predicted that Tank would win, citing his explosiveness and finishing ability. He referred to Tank as a specialist in finding knockouts, making him the favorite in Tyson's eyes.
I don't know if y'all know, but I've been in the Tank sweepstakes 2 years ago. A fighter's biggest payday around our weight class is going to be against Tank. Yeah. That's what they call it. The Canelo sweepstakes, obviously when you fight Canelo, you're going to get a bag. The Tank sweepstakes, obviously you fight Tank, you're going to get a bag. I got a call from them 2 years ago before he fought Hector Garcia. I wasn't champ at the time, and Hector was a champ. And I was the mandatory, that's crazy, I was the mandatory for Hector. He used his same, I'm doing air quotes, I'm doing the same thing. Hector used his special privilege to fight Tank instead of me, so I had to wait.
Because he didn't want to lose to you, so if I'm gonna lose, I'm gonna fight Tank. Because if I lose to the champ, ain't no payday. I'm still the champ, and I can still keep on going and fight. That's a business decision.
It's a business decision. That's what
it's talking about. That's business.
Lamont Roach has made it clear that he has been waiting for an opportunity to fight the best in the division for 2 years. He believes his time has finally come and that he is more than ready to step up and prove himself against elite opponents like Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson.
Devontae versus Lamont Roach. We've all seen this as an easy fight for Tank. But now thinking about it, and maybe this is by design, who knows? I may be taking the bait, but there's a lot of outside messy things that's going on that makes me say, okay, his performance against Lamont Roach may just be in jeopardy. One, all the things and all the rumors you're hearing about his team. Alvin Ford, is he training Tank? He doesn't seem happy about the sport of boxing, saying boxing sucks. He hasn't been sounding positive. It's just a bunch of stuff outside that makes me think, is his heart in it? All right, if you look at face-to-face with Lamont Roach, he's not saying anything against Lamont Roach. He's saying things against everybody else but Roach. It's almost like Lamont Roach isn't his op, while Lamont Roach, this is his moment for Tank. So you can expect this to be the best Lamont Roach you've ever seen versus probably the worst Gervonta Tank Davis you ever seen. And this may be an opportunity to get to the...
Showbiz the Adult also pointed out that factors outside of the ring could affect Tank Davis in his fight against Lamont Roach. He suggested that Roach may be entering his prime while Tank could be dealing with distractions that impact his performance. If that's the case, Roach might have a better chance than people expect.
Do not buy Gervonta Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach. Don't spend y'all money. Don't give a dime towards it. This is crap. This is crap, and this is who y'all call the face of boxing. When he could have went at many other fighters who would have gave him a challenge. This dude ain't got no skills. I'm watching him versus Ray Perez right now. This dude ain't got no skills to beat Tank. This dude ain't got no skills to beat Tank. He lost to Jamel Herring. Jamel Herring ain't have enough skill set to do nothing to Shakur Stevenson. I'm not taking nothing away from Lamont Roach. Y'all don't buy this fight. Don't give him no credit. Nothing. Nothing. He'll never be unified, never be undisputed. He's just there for the money. He should never go in the Boxing Hall of Fame doing this. He's no different than Canelo Alvarez. He's a bomb. He's a bomb.
Despite the confidence of Roach and his supporters, many boxing experts believe that he lacks the necessary skills to defeat Tank Davis. Critics argue that Roach has not faced anyone with Tank's power and speed, making it unlikely that he will pull off an upset. That's it for today's video. Stay tuned for more next time.